KP Scholars, Vision in Motion.
There will be mountains that I'll have to climb, and there will be battles that I'll have to fight.
Liberians all over this country need some assistance. The youth all over the country, because I've gone to places and seen our youth in prisons. I preached to places where people talk about kids being shot on the streets. And they got even Liberian gangs.
Liberian youth living in the diaspora have undergone significant hurdles as they have sought refuge in the United States. The transition has been filled with many challenges as they try to assimilate into American culture while maintaining the traditions of their homeland.
Then we have some parents who are like stuck in tradition, their customs, so they build like this wall between their children and themselves, which makes it impossible for their children to come to them when they need advice, when they're facing troubles.
Imagine maybe just living in a hut or somewhere there, coming to the United States where a whole lot of stuff available for you to do. A lot of things these kids face that I don't think the family structure, most of them single mother, single parent, or living with uncle, the family structure have not been able to really cater to the kids and groom them in order to adopt. So before long, by 3 years, 4 years, you could lose your kid just like this.
I think the biggest challenge is, lack of mentorship.
Every child needs a mentor, someone who they feel comfortable with, because if they do not have a mentor, they look for it in the wrong places.
My saying is that, if role models and your community doesn't teach you, guess who's going to teach you? And that's going to be the streets.
Research has shown that mentoring is an effective method of intervention for the challenges facing at-risk youth.
I know for me, when I was in high school, I was always searching for someone that I can talk to about my problems, because I had that blocked wall with my mother and myself. And because of that blocked wall, I made some wrong decisions.
There is a need for the association to work with the embassy in addressing problems affecting hundreds of Liberian youth in the United States. We have here today a team of experts. Mr. Smith, can you please come forward? Led by this gentleman of the state of Maryland, who we have asked to join one or two of our ministers and counselors to meet with Liberians who spend most of their time in criminal activities around the country.
Recognizing the challenges that Liberian youth are facing in America, the Embassy of the Republic of Liberia selected Digital Network Group to implement its KP Scholars program to focus on career development and assisting Liberian youth as they transition from adolescence into adulthood.
The catalyst for the Kinetic Potential Scholars program is looking at the needs of today's youth. Today, there are a lot of individuals who have the potential to become great things, but they don't have the role models, they don't have the mentors in place that would really allow them and encourage them to push forward.
Those that don't have any role models, the program will help to set them on a path.
If we see positive role models that, hey, like for instance, yourself, how you say, oh yeah, hey, I came from the streets, I know how it is, but look, I got out, there is a way out. Seeing that, then, it inspires us to say, you know what, if he can do it, I can do it.
If you're looking forward to improving our lives, then show us, show us the way, show us that we can be better people, show us that we can make it.
And we feel very confident that we're able to teach kids the skills and develop the skills that they're going to need, not only educationally, but socially, to be effective leaders of society, effective corporate citizens.
Lots of the kids need to see someone who they like, they aspire to be like the person. We want that role model.
What we work on is vision. How can we help scholars believe that they can be anything that they want to? How do you do that when you don't see these individuals around you, investment bankers, venture capitalists? These are all things that are attainable, and so what we want to do is expose them to what these career opportunities are so that they can think much differently about their growth. And then we move on to the transformation process. So how do we now begin thinking about accomplishing this vision? Well, what are the steps that we need to take to prepare for that? Well, we know we're going to have to go to college. Well, we know there's scholarships. How do we prepare ourselves and make ourselves great candidates for these opportunities?
The KP Scholars Program connects the Liberian youth with men and women who are achieving their kinetic potential. By mentoring youth in the areas of education and career development, we are creating a highly skilled labor force to meet the future needs of the Republic of Liberia.
So it's about time we get out of America. It's beautiful to visit America, but it's good we go home. We begin from the countryside, produce wealth in the villages, and make money.
Look at the movie star, the sports stars, and they want to be like them, all right? And only a few people can be able to make it in the sports world. And how to make it in the corporate world, corporate America. How can I aspire to become a banker? How can I aspire to become a doctor, all right, engineer? Lots of those people that do come in contact with them regularly, all right? And such person to say, look, I can mentor you because where I am, you can be there also.
Your program, I mean, it sounds like a really awesome thing because this is what we need. We need people who can show us how to live right and also, you know, show us that we can trust them and that they won't give up on us and that there's a better way to live. That's what we need, and that's what we need your program.
And nobody told me the road would be easy, and I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me, and I don't believe he brought me